All right, I haven't done a good old fashioned review in I don't know how long. It's always a big choice for me whether I decide to do it live or not, but I figured if I want to stick to the guts of the review, I would do this properly without distractions. So, shout out to all of the amazing people that come on by. As you can see, that's just a fraction of my comic book collection. I don't know if there's any other giveaways of how much of a fan I am, mostly of DC. 90% DC back there, but I grew up with Marvel. I loved the MCU until recently, and even further back, everything they've done to destroy Star Wars and the MCU that they built up with all those terrible channels or shows, all the series that they've made on their Disney Plus. Wasn't a fan of any of them. I liked the Netflix stuff, but all right into it. And specifically a hardcore Wolverine and Deadpool fan. I have every single Deadpool slays the universe book imaginable, and I love any of the origin stories for Wolverine. I'm familiar, familiar with their multiverse stuff. It's different than DC, less organized. First, it's important to note. All right, this movie takes place in. It's a very intelligent way that they approach this because they acknowledge that there's two separate studios. This was a Sarah, a goodbye to Fox, and a welcome to Disney, but they did it in the way I'd never thought Disney would, and they poke fun of it in only the way Deadpool can, breaking the fourth wall with amazing quips and saying his fair amount of FUs to Fox. I'm not going to shoot for spoilers out of respect for anybody who hasn't seen the movie yet, but I will say this, and I am a hardcore, picky little fanatic when it comes to comic books, comic book movie media, or video games. This movie to me has saved the MCU. And if they follow along the lines that this movie has started, I think it's possible if they just keep the right, players on board. Like Kevin Feige was uh, in production here. We had some just great ways of addressing a multiverse and some amazing cameos that I don't want to spoil for anybody, but I promise you, if you have been able to remain spoiler free, you will be absolutely pleasantly surprised, like a kid in a candy store, when you see some of the actors that some of which haven't been seen since like the early 2000s. And yeah, it's got all the guts and glory you could hope. Disney, fully dropping their draws on this one and giving the old give the fans what they want. Blood and gore galore. The fighting, the cinematography is just chef's kiss. Wonderful, lovely. The character building. There is no sloppy moments except for one that's at the very end, barely noticeable. It's just really dumb, but that's okay. That barely overshadows the creativity and the work put into this. That they only have to unfortunately tie in one of the parts of their little Disney series attempt with their time police. So they unfortunately are an instrumental part of the story. And I don't know if you know the main antagonist's agenda. He wants to save his timeline, which is not the main timeline, known as the core, the sacred timeline, 616. Like, for little geek knowledge, 616 is what they call their comic continuity. That is the main timeline, and everything else is supposed to be a spin-off. From the beginning, I couldn't tell you of a better opening. Each Deadpool opening just outdoes the last and the last, and then way better. Yeah, I it was just, and watching it in 3D was so hype, so amazing, and the perfect time for the flashbacks, the fighting that I mentioned how amazing, the choreography, fighting, and blood is in this movie. I recommend this to anyone and everybody. There is nothing this movie presents, minus one minor scene. It's really, really something that you could overlook easily, but to its heart, this was a wonderful Marvel movie, and if they can just respect what they have created and keep on moving forward in this manner, we might just have a rejuvenation and another renaissance of the MCU. At least that's my hopes. You get a lot of fun when you have Deadpool. This is not a. I will do no major spoilers. Deadpool going throughout different timelines to find different Wolverines to try to get one to help him. And some of these are the funniest scenes, and there's so much hilarity. And now that I'm thinking about it, there's definitely a character I don't recognize, and now I might have to go find out who the hell was that person at Deadpool's birthday party. But otherwise, just everything, the dialogue, home run, the story, home run, the action, I cannot downplay. I mean, I'd fully recommend if you smoke 'em, got 'em, put those 3D glasses on, and just let this beautiful movie unfold. And it deals with like any loose ends done. Uh, I love that you do get to see, and this another non spoiler from that the Loki show. I guess when they're thrown into the void because the time police say you're not allowed to be on this in this reality. You get to see where all the people or characters that don't belong get where they end up, which is like this garbage realm. So you get to see some massive throwback characters. I'm talking about from the earliest X-Men movies, the last ones you'd ever expect to see, and something I love. I see right now. I wish I had the presence of mind to go and grab the Deadpool comic I have, which features a world of nothing but Deadpool zombies, and there is a Deadpool group made up of the multiverse, and just to see them on the screen was golden. You get to see Team Deadpool, which is just Deadpool from every universe. You got I forgot what the main hot chick Deadpool's name is. I want to say Gwenpool, but that'd be me conflating Gwen from Spider-Man. So let me keep my pools in order here. But you get to see like little baby Deadpool, Deadpool the Samurai, Deadpool from Star Wars. Just a lot of fan service too. I'm gently trying to tiptoe around some of the. Here, let me give it an opportunity. The next 10 seconds, I'm gonna reveal just two spoilers, two characters that you will see, and one is not even. It's a cameo. Okay, so beginning now. This is the cameo spoiler. One of the Wolverines, while Deadpool is going around all these universes, he's walking up on this biker guy. He's fixing his bike. He's got the cigar. He's maxed out Debo, way more Debo than Hugh Jackman. So you're getting the sense that it's not who we think it is, but it's dressed just like Wolverine. And when he turns around, it's freaking Henry Cavill. It's a Superman Wolverine, and that was just so funny, refreshing. They got to riff. Immediately breaking the fourth wall, he starts to joke and quip about, "Oh, we'll treat you so much better here." Unlike the other, that other industry and department, the DCU. Oh, I can't wait. And, appropriately, Superman pool punches Deadpool into another universe with his claws. I don't know what else really could be said. I'm not too accustomed to doing like reviews, and I really feel like I'd have to go into details to really make this one shine. But I guess I'll just leave this more like a promotion of, hey, not even if you just like Deadpool, not even if you just like Wolverine, if you just like action packed glorification of every sweet way there is to end a combatant, go ahead, stop what you're doing, check out the movie. Super impressed, massive love, great cast of characters. Second spoiler alert right here, you get to see the one and only Blade in the Voidverse. This Voidverse deals with a lot of the heroes we've gotten to see before the MCU even started. So you get to see what happened. Remember, there was like all this hype we were going to get a Gambit movie, and that went nowhere. Well, guess what? In the Voidverse, you get to see our boy. So, okay, taking away all of my abilities to even sing a spoiler, it's totally worth it, by the way, to wait for the after credit scene. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I won't give that away, not for a dime. And one of the funniest parts was when Ryan Reynolds, our Deadpool, literally grabs the camera, making no qualms about his feelings for Fox. He says, "Fuck you, Fox," and headbutts the camera, and it actually shatters. And then he gets back to the action. Highly recommend checking this out. Fun for the family. I wouldn't recommend bringing your kids because it's pretty hardcore and the curse words are super creative. But yeah, uh, out of the MCU, I'm gonna put this up there with the greatness of the Infinity Gauntlet. Oh, geez, I don't even remember. Avengers Endgame, the Infinity War, Civil War. I mean, you really get to feel kind of that epicness and a very interesting, unforeseen wild card of a villain that I think is actually somewhere in the comics, but don't quote me on that. Pretty sure, but that was a massive, powerful being they put in there. Don't think will be well. Let me stop there. So, yeah, I know this channel is all over the place, but a big passion of mine that I don't really utilize too much on YouTube is my love for comics and how far they've come from the medium of print to webtoons to movies, especially when they do it right in the movies. Please check that movie out. I'm giving it an absolute A plus out of everything from A to Z. It kills the whole alphabet and stays right at the very top. This was a cream of the crop Marvel movie, and hopefully, this is a taste of even more to come, and not the nonsense that they've learned time and time again from their mistakes. Just trying too hard with the nostalgia and ruining Star Wars and whatever the hell they thought they were doing, trying to milk the MCU cash cow. Let this be the return to form that it very well could be. And I think I foresee Deadpool becoming maybe a much more major player, but that would be fascinating to watch in and of itself. All right. I know there's no fancy bells, whistles, music. I'm just a guy with a microphone and a button that either says live or record. So, hey, if you've seen it, please feel free. Let me know what you think in the comments. I couldn't imagine a single hater out there. I think the score on Rotten Tomatoes is like 78%. Everything should be 100, 100, except for that one little scene. And if you know what that one little scene is, bonus points. It's just so out of the blue and unnecessary. All right, that's all I got for you. Enjoy your day. See ya.